Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam ajma'een. Welcome back. How are you? I hope everything is amazing. Everything is so rapidly changing, and we're given this overload of information and really options. Depending on where you live or how you grew up and your personality, you may also have a more open mind or see things beyond black and white. And so it can become overwhelming when it comes to actually making a decision. And my guess is that if you are interested in topics such as soulmates, that you are more on the open-minded end of things, that you may be a little confused as to what's what. I did want to also clarify the difference between twin flames and a soulmate. It's a fine line. And I'd previously defined it as twin flames as a subcategory of soulmates, right? Because soulmates are so broad. Based on Islam and prophetic Quran and prophetic tradition, it can be a part of that umbrella. However, as far as when it comes to making decisions, is this my twin flame? Is this my soulmate? Is this a season, a reason, a lifetime? These can be challenging. Those of you who are more passionate, more intense in terms of how you see things, how you love, that don't make up your mind. Let Allah make up your mind. What does that mean? What does that look like? Well, for instance, you have to leave room for people to grow, yourself included. And so what you feel and how you think and what you see in a person now may be totally different than what you feel and think about a person 2, 3, even a decade later, right? We don't necessarily have the capacity to see what the future holds. Because I had someone ask if I'm a twin flame. So this tells me that there's more clarification needed. Everybody has a twin flame, in my opinion. Whether or not we meet them in this life is another story, but we have one. Maybe we have multiple. But the twin flame is unmistakable, and that is so intense, and it's often not meant to be a long-term thing. It is more so to teach us a lesson. There are those types of soulmates. There are rare occasions when they can learn to appreciate their differences, when they can become accepting, right, and not try to change one another, but rather focus that energy inwards and towards the Creator, that they are able to really thrive and do a lot of great things being married. However, often they're just not meant to be married. They're not meant to be in that romantic type of partnership, but they are mirrors, and they do take one another to the next level. And coincidentally, there's that flame there, and we often associate that with the devil or hell, and it's like every level there's new devils, and that's really what twin flames touch on. It's not that they're evil or anything like that, but Allah tests those He loves. So they're very passionate. They're lovers in the sense of what they're, who they are in their core, and so naturally that love is tested through fire, fitna. And that's how you get pure gold. And part of the root word of fitna is it has to do with that process of refining gold. I want to reiterate that when it comes to tough decisions, tough calls, or even just discerning between what's what when it comes to love relationships particularly, not to be so bent on figuring it out, particularly right now. Release it to Allah. This means forgive your past, forgive any patterns. That doesn't mean forget them necessarily, but give it to Allah. Let Allah decide. Don't move until Allah moves you. And of course, we do our due diligence, we do our research, we do our istikhara, but it comes a time when we have to just, again, fasbir, have patience. I don't want to mislead you into thinking that we have all-encompassing power, but there is an aspect of our existence that is beyond our mind, beyond what we can verbalize. We may have a heart inkling or feeling that this is meant to be. And even if we don't have that outside confirmation, just throw away the need for proof and it will come. Release it, not just in the sense of moving away or this and that, but in your heart, in your mind. Give it to Allah. And then when it comes to the other person or other people wanting you to discuss it or understand where you're at in terms of your marriage situation or your whatever it may be, dating or even when it comes to your mindset about the opposite gender and that sort of thing, relationships, there's ways you can kindly put that boundary up on discussing it. I don't feel comfortable talking about that, or we'll see, I'll tell you later, without overly optimistic or being pessimistic and giving up before Allah has given you a clear answer. And clarity comes with time. Time heals all. And that's ultimately what we're looking for, is that mirror of our own heart to be healed and put back together where it was once fractured and we just see pieces and glimpses of the truth. May Allah give us truth is truth and facilitate us following it. And may Allah grant us falsehood as falsehood and encourage us to abstain from it. Take care of your family. Until next time, let me just double check my notes here. I want to make sure covering what needs to be covered. Small note, in the last video I mentioned a story of manifestation that was from 2 years ago. Just to be clear, it is not regarding my current husband, alhamdulillah. That, inshallah, is a story for another day, another time. I thank you for listening, and wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.